Hello everyone, hope you're having a great day. Well, today's session is going to be a quick one. Basically, last session we talked about chest voice and the different registers in the human voice, and that your chest voice is actually your lowest register. It's basically the voice you talk with, and you can actually sing with it very simply, and usually it's simple to use it unless you're trying to belt. And of course, you're going to need training however you want to use your voice. A singer who doesn't train is going to be in a lot of trouble if they're going to pursue singing as a professional career. So training is always a good option. All right, so the second register is basically, I'm saying basically a lot. Do forgive me. I need to expand my vocabulary. Okay, so back to business. We have two other registers in a voice: the mixed voice and the head voice. The head voice is your highest and your lightest voice register. So if I want to make an example for you, it is actually, have you ever heard like the women singing opera? It is all of the time, maybe not all of the time. There are some people who come back down to their chest voice. There are some pieces that need that kind of a transition, but most of the women in opera use head voice for singing. So if you have a question, if you've always wondered what head voice is, that's a good reference. You can always think about women singing opera, and you get it. Like, oh, okay, so that's head voice. That's what you're trying to aim for. That light, heady kind of texture that we're going for. So this is your third register. And as for your second register, which comes between chest voice and head voice, it's called the mixed voice. And what is mixed voice exactly? It is when you want to make a connection between your chest voice and your head voice. That is when you develop something called a mixed voice. And again, I'm going to say basically. I need to drop that. Okay, so basically, when you want to expand your vocals, and if you want to expand your range, if you want to sing higher notes in your chest voice, but your chest voice can only go so high, and after a point you just can't shout all the time. It's not pretty. So what you do is you change the placement of the resonance. So the placement of the resonance, instead of the mouth, it goes in to the pharyngeal cavity. It's behind the nose, and behind that uvula, I think it's called uvula, that dangly little thing. It's like a little grape hanging from your throat. You know what I'm talking about. That cavity behind that, and it's above the larynx. It's above that cartilage. What is this called? The Adam's apple. I'm forgetting all my words today. Okay, so basically, oh my God, I said it again. Do forgive me. This is the cavity, the empty space above your larynx and behind your uvula is called the pharyngeal cavity. That is where, if you send the head resonance and the chest voice resonance over there, it becomes mixed voice, and it expands your range. It helps you to bring down your head voice. It comes down into the lower registers, but it's still heady. And it can also take your chest voice high up into a headier kind of mix. That's basically what you hear in musical theater. You see, they belt a lot. A lot of songs have lots of belting in them. Take Hamilton, for example. There are some beautiful voices on there, and you can literally hear when they are singing in their heads and singing in their belting. And their belting is most of the time when they go way up high in their range. It has a lot of head texture inside of it, head tone inside of that sound. So mixed voice is that. And it naturally is not that kind of a voice that all humans have or use on a daily basis. So we actually, as singers, try to develop that voice. And it's exactly like I said, it's like a big big box of colors that you use for a very intricate painting. The more colors and the more techniques that you have, the more brushes and everything, you're gonna have a prettier picture, a better, more artistic, more professional kind of picture. So that's that's the thing. That is our mixed voice. And if I want to listen, one of the simplest ways to send your chest voice into your mixed and pharyngeal cavity is to start with words like song or wrong and take the NG, hold that sound, and then close your mouth like this. Song. And then try to do some scales on that. You can do a pentatonic scale, major scale, whatever you want, like this. It's kind of nasal, but it's supposed to be like that. It's supposed to send your chest voice up, over to your nasal and also your pharyngeal cavity. It's okay, it sounds nasal. It's gonna get better after you've done some exercises and stuff. First you develop the mix, you strengthen it, and then you drop the nasal. And you can later learn how to nasal and denasal the voice like this. It's very simple. I'm gonna teach you all of that. Take that for example. You can do some scales and try this NG sound on some scales, on some major scales that you are comfortable with within your range, and then you're good to go. You're gonna have a good foundation for your mixed voice. I'm gonna leave the head voice for the next session, and for the warm-up, I always give my students a set of like lip rolls, and it's very simple. You start from your lowest note, which you are comfortable with, and then you go up to your highest note, again, that you're comfortable with, and then you come back down like this. And if you can't do lip rolls, you can always do tongue trails, which sound like this. It's a series of D's, and lip rolls are a series of B's. So you constantly do like like this. And if there's another way of doing a simpler kind of lip rolls, you put your middle finger here on your lower cheek, and then your thumb on this, like this, and then you press it. You press it a little bit. Don't hurt yourself. Just a light pressure, and then you do it like this. Okay, it's gonna relax your muscles, and you're gonna do a great lip roll. It's gonna make it easier for you. So what you do is the first time, set your timer for 5 minutes and do this daily before you start singing or before you do your practices and stuff. It is a quick kind of warm-up, even if you have a show and you don't have time for warm-up, and you know how it is before a gig. Everything is just so messy and you can't concentrate, so you can't get anything done in order that you want. So this is a quick warm-up, and it's going to help you a lot. So first time you do that very quietly, not that much volume, not that much pressure. It's like you're whispering in somebody's ear. You do it like that. You take a deep breath, and then you continue, and then little by little, bit by bit, you add to the pressure and the volume until all of your range is warmed up. Within 5 minutes, usually it works. And then don't forget to drink water. I'm gonna see you in the next session, and I swear I'm gonna stop saying basically, but I don't know. It's just so simple using that word. Okay, love you, and see you later.